had to double back and get them. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased, and it feels like it's been forever because, I don't know, it's been a couple days without an episode. We're only doing one this week, a little bit busy just in the real world, but this is a banger, man. I went all the way down Sydney. I actually had to get something fixed with my car, had a few hours to kill, so I'm like, oh, I'll catch the train down to Sydney. How hard could it be?
A few moments later.
So I catch this train. It was literally like, as soon as I got to the train station, I was like working out, do I catch a train home or do I go to Sydney? I was like, let's just go to Sydney. And I'd also hit up a guy that had a pair of the Bread Reimagined 4s. He'd worn them like once or twice and he was getting rid of them for $250. Retail was $300. Most people selling them for about $354. I want to say with shipping they were probably about $350. So $250 is great. So the idea was to catch a train down there, and then all of a sudden it just stopped just before Hornsby. Sat there for about 20 minutes and then they told us all we had to get off at Hornsby. Insane. I literally get off the platform. There's a train waiting there that said it's going to Central. Hop on. As soon as I hop on, it says all stations to Central. Midway through the trip, it just changes its mind. It's no longer all stations to Central. It's gonna stop at like a few stops to make way for the one that I was on. The crazy thing was, not everyone came from that train. Some people are trying to get to these little stations, so they're just stranded. They're gonna have to go too far now. It gets crazy in that with trains, but let's do this. I think someone tagged me, dude. I think it might have even been my mate that tagged me. So I just met up with my guy. We just did the Bread Reimagined, the 250. Worn slightly.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
You've already got the OGs, but yeah.
Yeah, 2019 ones, which is really good.
I'm blasphemy. I prefer these.
2019 has like that really nice blue bottom.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
I did have two pairs, and then I just never wore them. So like, I got rid of them. I feel
but
like
these
I'll
ones,
wear these.
when it's like rainy, it's really good because of like.
That's what I was gonna say. If it really rains today on the way back, I might swap out.
Which is gonna be, I think, the case. 100%.
Yeah. Just picked up the Bread Reimagined 4s with my guy. Chopped it up. Really nice dude, and hopefully we'll get him out to TKS events and other things like that. Might as well check out the city. Go around all the sneaker stores. We got time. Shout out to my guy. I want to say he was selling them on the Sneakerheads Australia group. We had a good chat, everything like that. Really good dude. And someone must have tagged me in it, knew the story, because I did actually hit on these. I went in one raffle, but I gave the RA to Adam. Right? Even after I got them in hand, I'm like, these are incredible. I felt like keeping them. I didn't. Karma comes back around and we got the pair for $250. But I'm in the city, man, so let's go shopping. No matter where you go in Sydney, there's people doing yoga. It's in the middle of the street. Do your damn yoga at home. Right off the bat, we went to Foot Locker at George Street. I very rarely go to Foot Locker at George Street. I'll mainly just do Pitt Street Mall and then do that, but I had a fair amount of time to kill. And we saw the Asics Gel NYC, that black and like iridescent purple. It's got like weird coordinates on it. I have no idea what that is implicating, like what it's for. Is it a collab? Is it whatever? But they look really nice. They're intriguing. Also, first time seeing the Jordan 1 denims in hand. They're interesting because they are denim and they bleed however they go. Like, they're all unique. So that's cool. Just not for me. Saw the D-Books in hand as well. The quality's a lot nicer than I figured they would be. For me, I just still can't see how they're a performance basketball shoe. Casual shoe maybe, but even then it just feels like part of the shoe's missing. I don't know. It feels like they're like a booty or like the knit runner type shape where it just needs a little bit more to be a shoe. There was that weird New Balance basketball shoe. I don't even know what it was called. It kind of looked like we were tapping into the dad shoe aesthetics, but with a basketball shoe. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at something different. Then I went to the New Balance store, saw the 574 Stone Island collab, the colorway that I actually wanted, but when I got it in hand, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. It was a little bit underwhelming, I feel like. It's not a bad shoe, but I was already spending $250 getting the 4s. I didn't really need it. InQ had some crazy sales on the back to the point where I think it was an extra 20% off to whatever was on sale. Like, you take 20% off too. I initially hit them up for the Fear 3s, even though I haven't worn my pair, but I'm like, yo, the price you would get these for, I could do with another pair. There was a bunch of things there, nothing in my size, unfortunately. I was hoping they'd have the white and grey, like Jordan 1 lows in that same sale. Not to be the case. They had the red and white. I don't like them as much, to be honest. They did have a bunch of Jordans. Like, Jordans just seem to be sitting everywhere. And obviously we've seen in the last however long that drop of 20%. We're seeing, you know, layoffs and everything. And all those layoffs were not just staff members. These were at the top, directors, CEOs, everything like that. Because, let's face it, they haven't been doing much innovating. So, retros were working, especially when The Last Dance came out, touched on a bit of nostalgia. But now it just feels like people want something new, man. They want something different. They had that, speaking of something different, they had that weird Asics model. I don't even know what that is meant to be. I'm assuming it's some sort of high-end collab, but that is a ridiculous shoe. Like, I can see that being on the sales rack at some point, 100%. They also had the Kawhi Spizike lows. If that's a high, I probably am more likely to buy it. It is a very yellow shoe, but it's a nice shoe. I don't know. I can't get into the Legacy 312s in a low or the Spizikes in a low. Give me like most of the colorways of the 312s in a high and I'm probably copying, to be honest. Earlier today, it must have like rained harder than I thought in Newey, and apparently it's flooded. So every time I try and head back home, it's like, nah, this train's cancelled, that train's cancelled. I literally got to go all the way to Strathfield, and I hope there's a train back home. This was only just going to be like a little thing while my car's air conditioning was getting serviced, and now I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pick it up today. At least we got the shoes. Had a bit of fun. Get some Taco Bell, then head home. It was a weird trip, man. Every time I catch trains, like the last couple times, there's been issues. I don't think I'm ever catching a train again, but I keep saying that, but I keep doing it. Now what's crazy is we went into Pitt Street Mall Nike, and they had all the same sort of Jordans. The only store that I saw the Shadow 1 lows in, to be fair, I didn't see them everywhere like I have every other style of Jordan that's sitting. But they had the military blues in a junior, right? I could have very easily gone, oh look, military blues are sitting, and like clickbait, that type of stuff. But that was a junior. But when I went to George Street, they had the senior there. Now I don't know what sizes they had, if they had a lot of sizes, if they had one size. It seemed like a small one on the shelf. I don't know what their thing is. Like back in the day when I was doing it, we used to put the smaller size we had on the shelf. But I don't know what their thing is. So they usually have a few, if there's a few. So I don't know, it's crazy to see them sitting because they're such a beautiful shoe. Not very comfortable, I'm going to say. I didn't wear the right socks with them, to be fair, the first time I wore them, and I got a nice little blister on the ankle. But it is what it is. We also went to Culture Kings, and what's crazy is the 50 years of hip hop Air Force Ones were still sitting. Like, they've been specialed out in places. They're going for like $40-50 on StockX. I really actually want them, but I just haven't been able to find them in my size for that price, because I feel like around $100, $80 I'd probably buy them. We also saw the brand new Pegasus model. Now this isn't the Pegasus Premium that I think is coming out either later this year or early next year. The Pegasus Premium looks incredible. I just hope the price isn't a premium. But this Pegasus, it looked okay. There's a big campaign for it. They're doing the GT and the KD and a bunch of others in that same sort of colorway. I don't know, it's just not for me. I'm not going to wear that, but interesting. I see a lot of people talking about it, and it is a mainstay within Nike running shoes. So, but there was a purchase, obviously. We did it with my guy at Central Station, the meetup, going through trains and all this type of stuff. What's crazy was on the way home, like I'm checking like TripView and it's like cancelled, does not stop at Central, all this type of stuff. And I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to get home. I literally got to the point where I can't catch a train back to be able to pick my car up in time. I've already told them I'm going to have to pick it up in the morning. And absolute insanity. I just managed to fluke it. I went and got a feed and came back, and it said all stations to here. So I just watched episodes of Atlanta until it was ready. So that's a good rec. Go check out Atlanta. I'm not a fan of Childish Gambino's music, but that show is incredible. But for me, when I unboxed these, when I got the pair for Adam, I just felt like the quality of materials was so nice. And I'm going to say it again, I've said it multiple times, I think these are better than the OG bread. They were so well done. I know where, me in particular, and I know a lot of sneakerheads are, we're sick of the whole reimagined thing, but this is where they did it right. Don't just make it look like it's old. Give us an interesting concept, something. These are incredible. I had to double back and get these. I've been checking for them. I tried to get them at Tried to get them at SneakerCon, but look, it was meant to be $250. Man, they ain't been worn. There's no star loss. Like, they've been worn more probably by me recently. They're so comfortable. The materials are nice. I know we're talking about like Futuras. I'm talking about Big Moneys and the Craft 3s. I think these are in and around the top 5, maybe top 10. People are definitely putting them top 5. I think probably closer to top 10. But they're just so comfortable, man. I just wish the military blues were this comfortable. It is what it is. Let me know in the comments. Do you think these are a top 5, top 3? Maybe this is your sneaker of the year. Let me know in the comments. $250. Worn a couple times. Not a bad price in my mind. Had to double back and get them. But look, I'm not sure what else I'm copping this year. I'm going to be honest. I'm not too sure. There's nothing that's really grabbing me. There was a point in time where like just seems like there was something dropping every week. Now it's like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back, I don't know, once a week, twice a week. We'll work it out. Peace.